can't say this enough, but just stick to the basics. So this weekend we went away. It was a pretty amazing experience. We went away for one evening. Now, living in Africa, we have quite a few amazing adventures and bush adventures and things like that we could do. This particular one was really nice because we ended up sleeping in a tented camp. So we had our own very nice tents that we slept in the bush. And we also went to Marakele Animal Sanctuary. Now, something about me is that I am a very, very big animal lover. I don't even use animal tested products. I donate to PETA. So for me, seeing animals in cages, it's kind of the last thing that I would want to do. I don't go to zoos. I don't go to circuses where there are animals. So when we got there, I was kind of a little bit bummed, to be honest. But once we actually started the little tour and we actually kind of interacted with the animals. We had spider monkeys literally walking around between us outside of the cage, and then seeing the animals in the cages, it was kind of like a sigh of relief, because living in Africa we tend to see many different lions or have different lion experiences and leopard experiences and elephant experience, etc, etc. So we tend to see a lot of the what they call big five. The difference being that majority of these experiences, if you don't go to the Kruger National Park, is that the cages are extremely small. The animals are either very, very skinny, or the animals are very, very overfed, which is also not necessarily a good thing. And then there's the biggest problem that we have in this country when it comes to lions, for instance, is sometimes we have an overpopulation of lions and people tend to do what's called canned hunting. So my first question to these people was, do they do canned hunting? And you know, it was kind of a sigh of relief knowing that the animals are in good condition. They are in very, very well managed and manicured and very big cages, which is really, really nice. So it's definitely an experience worth doing if you ever get the chance and you're close to Tabazimbi in Limpopo area. Let me show you a little clip of what we experienced. Spider monkey. Ride the bike.
I can do it, but nobody else, please. All right.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I know.
So what I'll do is I'll create a full video about all the different animal feeding and interacting with the animals, because it was quite a nice experience, and I'll post it a little bit later this week when I get a chance. Today was day 1, week 2 of the Zen Dude Fitness Leaning Out program. I've taken my fat burner this morning and I went to gym and I did my rope skipping and bodyweight exercises for today, and holy crap, it was hard. Like I said last week, these bodyweight exercises seem very, very simple and very easy, but don't be fooled. As always, I'll put a clip at the end for you to have a look at. So this being a little bit of an update video as to where I am, where I've been, where I'm going. My weight is consistently staying on around 83 kilograms, which is really, really good, because it kind of shows me that I'm not losing size, I'm not gaining fat. I'm kind of staying very constant, although the next 4 weeks I'm hoping to lose a little bit more fat around, especially around my belly and around my sort of lower pec area. The fasting is going really well. As I mentioned, I'm doing a 16-8, which 16-hour fasting, 8-hour of eating. I'm taking the fat burners. That's going great as well. There's no negative side effects that I'm aware of. There's one thing that I have kind of been struggling with a little bit, and that is consuming all of the calories in the very short window. For me, 8 hours is quite a short window to consume 2,500 calories. So that's something that I kind of work on. I just had a meal now. It was 6 eggs, a whole packet of ham, 2 slices of rye bread, and it was about 700 calories. So I pretty much have another 1,700 odd to go, and that was my first meal. So that's the thing I'm kind of struggling with at the moment, but it's just, you know, it's just another little hurdle that I have to kind of get over once I kind of understand the fasting a little bit better, and once I understand my metabolism and my body a little bit better, you know, obviously things will get easier. Now, there's this ongoing debate, and we've actually had the discussion and arguments about it over the weekend on our way to, you know, on this trip, and everybody has their own opinions as to what works, what doesn't work. You know, science says this, science doesn't say that, things like that. My theory is this: since we're all different, it pretty much comes down to finding what works for you as an individual. Apply it to your life, and I must say that training is definitely a must. Don't expect to see great results if you don't train. It's really as simple as that. Calories in versus calories out. And I would say that if you start out with something like this, definitely track your calories. It's a bit of a pain in the ass in the beginning, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. You start understanding how the different calories and macronutrients work, how much protein you would get in one egg, or whatever the case is. Track the calories that you kind of put into your body versus the amount of calories that you burn by just being, as well as if you actually go and train, whatever training it is that you're doing. Then simply take it from there, and remember, it's baby steps. If there's one thing that I've learned on this journey that I've been on, is that patience definitely gives you the best results. Don't be fooled by all of these ripped dudes and girls that tell you it's easy and, you know, you can get a body like theirs in a flash if you follow their program or do this or do that. It's really not that simple. At least not if you do it the healthy, kind of organic way. And for God's sake, don't fall into these cookie cutter bullshit. Don't think that you're going to buy a program from some dude or chick who looks amazing. Think that if you apply 100% what they apply, it's going to work for you. You might be lucky and it does, but in most cases it just doesn't. It's not designed for you and what works for you. I saw this firsthand when I had the coach who gave me his program that he uses while being on steroids. I'm not on steroids. I can't train 2 hours at a time. Can't do 300 reps and expect to build without losing some muscle. It just doesn't work that way. I can't say this enough, but just stick to the basics. Things like these. If you want to pick up weight, eat around 250 to 500 calories more than what your body requires every single day. Train with heavy weights and do compound exercises. Don't worry about all of this isolation bullshit. You'll get there. First, you need to build size. So the basics say eat more, train heavy. Basics, it's just basics work. Same goes for if you want to lose weight. Consume 250 to 500 calories less than what your body requires every single day. Do high intensity interval training called HIIT, and you're bound to lose weight. It's simple basics. I would also highly suggest trying intermittent fasting. Just be careful that when you're a girl, hormones come into play, so kind of maybe start off with something like a 12-12, so 12 hours fasting, 12 hours of eating. If you see it works for you, then maybe try 14-10. So 14 hours fasting, 10 hours eating, etc., etc. Again, do the basics, stick to something, see what works for you, and then apply that in your life. You know, shit like that. The basics are what you need to focus on. When you build a house, you build a solid foundation, and from there you start adding little nice things all over, your isolation exercises or whatever the case is. So focus on the basics, understand what it is that you need to do. From there you can build, take away, or whatever works for you. And as always, I'm Rue. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't lend your ears out too much. Don't be afraid to test things. Find what works for you, your body, and your lifestyle. Don't give up, and most importantly, enjoy every moment. Peace.
It really was the same. It never